Okay. Om Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Shasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Jayet Sarva Vigno Vashanti. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Kantam Yiva Bhaspantam Shiva Nava Parayanam Sridharam Venkatacharyam Shreyase Guru Vasraye. So today we are in lesson 7. So I want to first start with the exercise previous lesson and then we go on to the Anuvakam. So start with Om Gananantva. You can all recite it together.
Okay.
Om
Gananantva Ganapatikam Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravasthavam Jyestarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspadana Shrunvannodibhi Sita Sadhanam Mahaganapataye Namaha. Anuvakam 2. You got to recite it, and I got it there in the slide there, just in case somebody wants to refer to it. So who wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
Namo Hiranyabhagave Senanye Disham Cha Pataye Namo Namo Vrikshebhyo Harikeshebhyo Pashunam Pataye Namo Namo Saspinjaraya Tushimate Patinam Pataye Namo Namo Bablushaya Vivyadinennanam Pataye Namo Namo Harikeshabhyo Yopavitine Pushtanam Pataye Namo Namo Bhavasya Haitye Jagatam Pataye Namo Namo Rudjaya Tata Vineshetranam Pataye Namo Namo Suthaya Hantyaya Vananam Pataye Namo Namo Rohitaya Stapatiye Vrikshanam Pataye Namo Namo Mantrine Vanijaya Kakshanam Pataye Namo Namo Bhuvantye Varivaskritaya Oshadinam Pataye Namo 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 Uchay Goshyaya Kantyate Pattinam Pataye Namo Namo Kritsnavithaya Dhavate Sattvanam Pataye Namaha.
Now what you should do is, you should not stop at every line and it has to be kind of linked together, like a half marathon.
Do you want me to try again?
No.
Okay.
Let's listen to Rajesh.
Namo Hiranyavahave Senanye Disham Cha Pataye Namo Namo Vrikshebhyo Harikeshebhyo Pashunam Pataye Namo Namah Saspinjaraya Tushimate Patinam Pataye Namo Namo Bablushaya Vivyadinennanam Pataye Namo Namo Harikeshayopavitine Pushtanam Pataye Namo Namo Bhavasya Hetye Jagatam Pataye Namo Namo Rudraya Tata Vineshetranam Pataye Namo Namah Sutaya Hantyaya Vananam Pataye Namo Namah Rohitaya Stapataye Vrikshanam Pataye Namo Namo Mantrine Vanijaya Kakshanam Pataye Namo Namo Bhuvantaye Varivaskritaya Oshadinam Pataye Namo Namah Uchair Goshaya Kandayate Pattinam Pataye Namo Namah Kritsnavithaya Dhavate Sattvanam Pataye Namaha.
So it's sort of link it up together. Now let me, you were stopping a little, I think. Namo Hiranyabhagave Senanye Disham Cha Pataye Namo Namo Vrikshebhyo Harikeshebhyo Pashunam Pataye Namo Namo Saspinjaraya Tushimate Patinam Pataye Namo Namo Bablushaya Vivyadinennanam Pataye Namo Namo Harikeshayopavitine Pushtanam Pataye Namo Namo Bhavasya Hete Jagatam Pataye Namo Namo Rudraya Tata Vineshetranam Pataye Namo Namo Sutaya Hamtyaya Vananam Pataye Namo Namo Rohitaya Stapataye Vrikshanam Pataye Namo Namo Mantrine Vanijaya Kakshanam Pataye Namo Namo Bhavantaye Varivaskritaya Oshadinam Pataye Namo Namo Uchair Goshaya Kantayate Pattinam Pataye Namo Namo Kritsnavithaya Dhavate Sattvanam Pataye Namaha.
I get it.
When you go and recite in mass along with other people, that is the kind of speed at which they will.
The locomotive Mari, it has
Locomotive Mari because they have to complete, say, 11 times within the span of 1.5 hours or 2 hours. So, You will hear them when you participate in some of these Rudram functions. Now, as you practice it, you will gradually recite it every day or every week.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a
you will learn
breathing.
it.
It's a breathing. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's a breathing.
That's the problem.
Correct. It's a breathing, and these at the end of 2.1, you can have a little pause. That is permitted. But then throughout you Anuvakam 2, you recite one stroke. Okay, third.
नमो हिरण्यबाहवे सेनान्ये दिशांच पतये नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो पशूनां पतये नमो नमः तस्पिञ्जराय त्विषीमते पतीनां पतये नमो नमो बब्लुषाय विव्याधिनिन्नानां पतये नमो नमो हरिकेशे योपवीतिना पुष्टानां हरिकेशायोपवीतिने पुष्टानां पतये नमो नमो भवस्य हेत्यै जगतां पतये नमो नमो रुद्राय तथा विनेशेत्राणां पतये नमो नमः सूताय हन्त्याय वनानां पतये नमो नमो रोहिताय स्तपतये वृक्षाणां पतये नमो मन्त्रिणे वाणिजाय कक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो भुवन्तये वारिवस्कृताय औषधीनां पतये नमो नमः उच्चैर्घोषाय क्रन्तयते पत्तीनां पतये नमो नमः कृच्छ्नवीताय धावते सत्त्वानां पतये नमः
Satpana, not Satvana.
सत्त्वानां पतये नमः.
Okay, Ravi.
नमो हिरण्यबाहवे सेनान्ये दिशांच पतये नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्य पशूनां पतये नमो नमः तस्पिञ्जराय त्विषीमते पतीनां पतये नमो नमो बब्लुषाय विव्याधिने नानां पतये नमो नमो हरिकेशायोपवीतिने पुष्टानां पतये नमो नमो भविष्येत्यै जगतां पतये नमो नमो रुद्राय तथा विने क्षेत्राणां पतये नमो नमः सूतायाहं वनानां पतये नमो नमो रोहिताय स्तपतये वृक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो मन्त्रिणे वाणिजाय कक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो भुवन्तये वारिवष्कृता औषधीनां पतये नमो नमो उच्चैर्घोषाय क्रन्दयते पत्तीनां पतये नमो नमः कृष्णवीताय धावते सत्त्वानां पतये नमः.
Very good. Now, as you go on reciting it, you will automatically get it by heart. And Srikant said, as you go along, you will find it is becoming easier. Not like Apatala, Napasala, which was a little more difficult. Here it is Namo Namo, at least is common more or less. Only the first two, Namo Namo, Pataye Namo Namo, is easy to say. And when you recite in a group, you will find it even easier because the momentum itself will drag you along with it. Okay, so I think that concludes the Anuvakam 2. What really it means is our namaskarams to Lord Rudra, who exists in various forms, multiple forms. Now, the third Anuvakam, which we are going to learn today, it's also very similar to Anuvakam 2. It is again describing Lord Rudra in various forms. Typical Namo Namaha ending. And this again has to be recited as one mantra, start to finish. This has got 17 lines. The earlier one had 13 lines. If you remember, Anuvakam 2 had 13. This is slightly longer. It got 17 lines. Okay, now I will recite it once. So then you get to know how it is done. Then I will explain to you each word, the meaning, and then you can start reciting that. Okay. Namassakhamana Ajanivyadinam Apyadinina Patayena Borabo Kakubaya Nishangine Seranam Patayena Borabo Nishangine Shitapate Taskaranam Patayena Borabo Vanchate Parivanchate Sayunam Patayena Borabo Nichereve Parichararanyanam Patayena Boraba Sukavipyo Jigahum Subyo Vishnatam Patayena Borabo Asipatyo Raksharantapya Prakantanam Patayena Boraba Utnishine Grisha Kulancha Patagena Borama, Ishubat and Bavis Tunamonamo, Atanbare, Prizane, Pista Boda Borama, Ayachabia, Visijabit Tunamonamo, Asetapio, Vitata Pesta Boda Borama, Asine Pega Sayane, Pesta Boda Borama, Sopato, Jakarta Pesta Boda Borama, Tistata Pio, Davat, Pesta Boda Borama, Saba Pika Sabapati Pesta Boda Boramo. Ashwepyo Ashwapatipyascha Bodamaha. That is how the whole thing goes. Now, line by line, you see. Namassakamanaja Nivyadinam Avyadinam Pataye Namo Nama.
Namasahamanaya
Nivyadinam Avyadinam Pataye Namo Nama.
Nivyadina. Okay.
Nivyadina Avyadininam Pataye Namo Namaha.
Namasahamanaya
Nivyadina Avyadininam Pataye Namo Nama. It is Dina, not Dinam. Okay? Nivyadina Avyadininam Pataye Namo Nama. Namasahamanaya Nivyadina Avyadininam Pataye Namo Nama.
Namasahamanaya Nivyadina Avyadininam Pataye Namo Nama.
Once again.
Namasahamanaya Nivyadina Avyadininam Pataye Namo Nama.
Namasahamanaya Nivyadina Avyadininam Pataye Namo Nama. Say it by yourself.
Namasahamanaya Nivyadina Avyadininam Pataye Namo Nama.
Very good, very good. Now this Swaritam and Dirgha Swaritam, what you mentioned, no? Swaritam, they're slightly lift up, like Avyadinina. You say ni little more and na you bring it down. Avyadinina Pataye Namo Nama. Namo Nama. Very slight lifting.
Namasahamanaya Nivyadina Avyadininam Pataye Namo Nama.
Very good, excellent. That's how it should be.
Now I'm getting into recognizing this one on top before.
I explained to you in the second class, I think. What is Swarita?
Swarita, Swarita, Udata.
Anudata.
Yeah, I've got the printouts.
Namasahamanaya. Sahamanaya. Tamil lo sahipavarnu solvom. Sahipu tanmai. Actually, sahipu comes from the word saham. That means tolerant. One who is tolerant, who condones your mistakes, one who accepts them, and somebody who is very patient. There are so many stories about this particular quality of
Sahamanaya. I thought so, but it's good to get it.
In fact, there are so many of them. I'll just give you one or two examples.
I studied Sanskrit in school.
Have you heard of Nayanars? 63 Nayanar.
63 Nayanar.
63 Nayanar.
63 அப்படின்ட்டு
63. In fact, Kabali, in most of the Shiva temples, you have these 63 idols,
63 idols.
of Nayanars, who are all great Shiva Bhaktas.
Great Shiva.
And they were from different castes and different backgrounds. They were not highly educated, like Tukaram or Sant Gyaneshwar. They were not highly educated. They came from agricultural and business background and very poor background, some of them.
Sant Gyaneshwar was very poor.
Yeah. So this particular Nayanar was called Shakya Nayanar. Shakya Nayanar, he was actually following Jainism. He was from agriculture community. He used to follow Jainism, but then he was not getting satisfaction out of Jainism because he thought it is not really giving me that particular satisfaction I am looking for. So then he started worshipping Shiva in Kanchipuram. Then somehow he felt he was getting comfortable with worshipping Shiva. Shiva Lingam, wherever he'll go, he'll pray that. And before eating his food, he will do Naivedyam. And then he will only partake the food after that. One day it so happened that he didn't have any flowers to offer. He had to eat his food and he was looking around, he couldn't get anything. So he had only a stone. So he dropped the phone, so the stone on the Shiva Lingam. And then he ate his food. Then every day he started offering stones. Like 108 stones, 1008 stones. Like Archanai, instead of flowers, stones. He will throw it on the Shiva Lingam. And she was accepting that. Being hit by a stone. We will get wild. She was accepting it. One day he was doing Ayurveda Archanai. he collected all stones. He could found only 1007. One stone was missing. He couldn't get one, but he had to complete it. So he said, I've got a big stone here in my head. So he went and dashed his head against the Shivalingam and the head broke. Only then Shiva actually appeared before him and then softened him, soothed him, and I've never seen such a great devotion. Got back his head and he found a place in history. Sakya Nayanar. Another Nayanar who is very famous, well known, it's called Kannappa Nayanar.
How I gouged his eyes out.
Kannappa Nayanar, he was a hunter. You know Kalahasti?
Yeah.
Near Kalahasti there is a hill and he used to be living there in the forest. He was a hunter, will hunt any animal and eat the meat raw, virtually. Somehow he got attracted to a Shivalingam there and then he was wanting to offer puja, but he didn't know anything. He was such a uneducated tribal fellow that he will go there and then he will not be able to offer anything. So he'll get some flowers from the forest, put it in his head. He had nothing to carry. And then for Abhishekam, this Swarnamukhi river is there. He had no vessel, so he will put it in his mouth, carry some water in the mouth, and then he'll go and put that flower on him, and with the water in the mouth, he'll say, "Pooh, Abhishekam." And for Naivedyam, he will give that meat what he has brought. After tasting it, it is okay. And Shiva is accepting it. But the pujari who was there, every day morning you will find something like this. Who is this? Every day someone is coming and destroying all the puja, everything I have done. I think I must find out who is it, and I want to tell him that you should do that. It's very, very sacred Shivalingam. You are giving meat and all that here. So one day, Lord Shiva appeared in the dream of the pujari and said, tomorrow you can see who is doing all this. So the pujari was hiding and Kannappa Nayanar came. And as usual, he offered all that stuff. Then, he found there was a blood coming out of the Shivalingam's eyes that had been put there by the pujari. So he was shocked. How can this be? Something wrong with it? So he said, it has to be replaced. So he took this arrow, took his eyes out and fixed it there at the point where it was bleeding, and the bleeding stopped. But then the other eye started bleeding. So now he said, I have got to replace that eye also with my own. But how to really find out the place? Because if I remove the other eye, I can't see.
Yeah.
So he had his foot,
and then put it there.
put the foot in that particular eye position, took out the other eye and then placed it there. That is the height of sacrifice made by a devotee, and the Lord accepted all that what he did. And the pujari realized the greatness and he gave darshan to Kannappa Nayanar and restored his eyes. So there is a story attached to every one of those Nayanar. இதெல்லாம் பெரிய புராணம்னு ஒரு புராணம் இருக்கு. அதில் these stories are all written. And it is something one should read because it is what do you call a treatise written sometime in the 8th century AD. பெரிய புராணம் சேக்கிழார்னு ஒருத்தர். So there are many such stories of Sahamanaya. The Lord is tolerant of all the insults or the what you call the physical hurt that he was subjected to, but in spite of it he was very benevolent. So that is Sahamanaya. There is actually ஒரு பாட்டே இருக்கிறத பத்தி there is a Yogi Suddhananda Bharatiன்னு சொல்லிட்டு he sings a song there. கல்லாலும் பில்லாலும் கட்டியடி தேனோ கண்ணப்பன் செய்ததை கனவில் நினைந்தேனோ பாட்டு வருது. அவருடைய காம்போசிஷன்ல பூர்வி கல்யாணி ராகத்துல ரொம்ப பியூட்டிஃபுல் காம்போசிஷன் பை ஹிம். கல்லால் அடிச்சது கண்ணப்பனார், நான் பண்ணேன், அது பண்ணல. Arjuna actually, Arjuna and Shiva had a duel. Arjuna wanted Pashupadastram, which is one of the greatest astras which Shiva can bestow. So he wanted to fight the Duryodhana group. So he was doing penance in the forest and he wanted the Pashupadastram and he prayed for a long time. then he couldn't really get the Shiva's darshan. But one day one boar came, Kaatu Panni solluvaanga, boar. So what he did, he shot this arrow. It is coming and disturbing my tapas. And the boar fell dead. So when he went near there was another arrow, the same boar, it was shot by another person. So he was looking around, he saw a tribal man standing there. So he said, that boar is mine, don't touch it because I have shot it. Not that Arjuna wanted to eat that boar, but he said, I was the one who shot it first. How can you claim it as yours? He says, no, I was the one who shot it. You actually shot the dead boar. So there was an argument between him and the tribal person. And Arjuna said, let's settle it with a duel. You also shoot, I will also shoot. The arrows. And whoever wins is the winner and he'll take the boar. So he started shooting. And Shiva was accepting all that. He was getting hurt. But Shiva was also, the tribal person was nobody else other than Shiva. See, he was shooting arrows at Arjuna. And finally Arjuna got tired. He found he could not match him. Only then he realized that this person is not an ordinary person. And then he prostrated before him. I said, I concede defeat. And then Shiva gave him darshan and also the Pashupatashram. So Arjuna asked, Kallalum villalum edithenum. Kallal edichadu Kannappa, villal edichadu Arjuna. So that is how Sahamanaya is something which describes the most tolerant quality and also the generous quality of Rudra. Nivyadina, she is one who afflicts. Vyadi means disease, illness, who causes illness. Nivyadina avyadinina, the Lord of Devatas who afflict. What you call diseases related to heat. Avyadinina means Agni, Ushna. Like we have this flatulence and body related Ushna Jastin Chalda. Ayurveda they call Ushnam and Vayu composition. Three things have to be in balance. Those kind of Avyadinina, that also he causes. Pataye nabo, he is the head. That is the reason why we say we should not pollute water and air and all that. Should not pollute. Because once it pollute, then you consume it, then you get those diseases. Nivyadina avyadinina, who afflicts enemies with diseases and also causes diseases which are out of Agni or Vayu, which are all representatives of God himself. Okay. Kakuba Janeshangine Stena Nam Pataye Nabo Nabo. Kakuba Janeshangine Stena Nam Pataye Namo Namo. Kakuba Janeshangine Stena Nam Pataye Nabo Namo.
Kakuba Janeshangine Stena Nam Pataye Namo Namo.
Once again. Kakuba
Janeshangine Stena Nam Pataye Namo Namo.
Okay. Kakubaya. Kakubaya means one who is bright, who shines. Like a lighthouse, when ships go, they get lost, they don't know how to come to the shore. There is a lighthouse. The lighthouse is bright and they can see from a distance, here is land. So he shines like a lighthouse, showing you the direction in life, how to steer your life. Kakubaya. Nishangine. I have put inverted commas there. I couldn't get that Dirgha Swarita.
Yeah.
So I put just inverted commas there. Nishangine, which is wields sword. A sword. So the one who holds is called a Nishangine. Stenanam pataye nabo nabo. It's a lord of thieves. Stenanam means robbers, thieves. In Malayalam they say Kallanallo. Even Krishna is called a Kallan. Kadla Adagarnu Chulva. In Madurai, they have these annual festivals, Sudareswar Kalyanam. So Kalladakar is the one who comes there as Shiva's relative.
Okay.
Kalladakar. Even Shiva himself is called Kalladakar because he is such a beautiful person. He is a thief, but a beautiful thief. So Kalladakar. Krishna is a thief for butter. So he is called Vendatrudan. So he is the lord of thieves. And I will tell you the meanings a little later. Why we are describing the Lord in so many forms, including those which we think ought to be categorized as criminals. A thief is not an ordinary person, he is considered to be a criminal, right? But still we say he is coming in the form of thief. Okay. Nishangina Ishitimade Taskaranam Pataye Nabo Nabo.
Nishangina Ishitimade Taskaranam Pataye Namo Namo. Nishangina Ishitimade Taskaranam Pataye Namo Namo. Nishangina Ishitimade Taskaranam Pataye Namo Namo.
Nishangina Ishudimate Taskaranam Pataye Namo Namo.
Nishangine Ishudimate Taskaranam Pataye Namo Namo.
Nishangina Ishudimate Taskaranam Pataye Namo Namo.
Nishangina Ishudimate Taskaranam Pataye Namo Namo.
Okay, together.
Nishangina Ishudimate Taskaranam Pataye Namo Namo.
Nishangina Ishudimate, one who has got arrows ready in his quiver for shooting. Ishu means, you know it already, arrows.
But Nishangina sword.
One who has got sword as well as arrows. Nishangina Ishudimate, which has both the arms. Okay. Taskarana means is a leader of dacoits. There's a difference between thieves and dacoits. Dacoits come in a group.
Daku rehta hai.
Daku.
Like Chambal and all that.
Yeah.
And many Chambal Dakus have actually become good people also.
Yeah, that's what it is, you know. I did mention about this Doange Barahat story. You can't dismiss a person as a totally bad person just because he's a criminal. Because criminals also have a chance of turning over. And he as the leader, this is to show that even the so-called bad people have something good in them. So you can't brand them as totally unfit or totally out of the society. You've got to give them a chance to correct themselves and become normal. That's why in US you don't call them as jail or prison, you call them as correctional facility, right? They are correctional facility. They are giving them an opportunity to correct themselves. So there is a possibility for the dacoits also to become good. And the Lord appears in the form of the leader of the dacoits. That's what it means. Next one. Vanchate parivanchate stayunam pataye namo namo.
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 All together.
Vanchate parivanchate stayunam pataye namo namo.
Okay. Here, vanchate, Tamil vanchagan nu solluva theriyuma. They call, I don't know what you call it in Telugu. Cheaters.
Cheat, yeah.
Cheaters.
Vanchana.
Vanchagam pannitaan. So they are confidence tricksters. Vanchagam pannitaan. They make you believe as if something is good and then cheat you. They are called
Nambiar dialogue.
Naya vanchagan. அடுத்தது அது பரிவஞ்சதேங்கிறது நய vanchagan. Parivanchate is the cheater who cheats all the time. This is at least vanchate means occasional cheater. You know? Once in a while he cheats. But parivanchate he is a confirmed all-time cheater. And one can say some characters are like that, that you can't trust them at all because whatever they do is cheater only.
They can't help themselves.
You can't help themselves. Vanchate parivanchate stayunam. Now, stayunam is also a cheating, but those who, cheat, who steal by cheating, not, there's a difference between vanchate and stayunam. By cheating, they also steal.
Financial gain.
Financial gains. So that is stayunam. There's a little difference between the both. All are cheating only, but the shade is different. Those who cheat all the time, those who cheat occasionally, those who cheat with the purpose of cheating. So he is the Lord of all those. He is the Lord of all these three categories of people. Vanchate parivanchate stayunam pataye namo namo. You know, when there is a criminal, the cop has to also know how the criminal works, his mind and their behavior. The cop has to also be a good, a person who understands how cheating is done, how this crime is committed. Only then he can catch these people.
You have to be like Arumuga Sami. Now police is a rowdy.
So police is a kind of a rowdy, refined rowdy in uniform.
Correct. Authorized rowdy.
Authorized. Okay. Nicherave parichara aranyanam pataye namo nama.
Nicherave parichara aranyanam pataye namo nama.
Nicherave
parichara aranyanam pataye namo nama.
Nicherave parichara aranyanam.
All together in synchronization.
Okay.
Nicherave parichara aranyanam pataye namo nama.
Excellent, very good. Nicherave means, you know, Nichacharam means actually night time, nocturnal. Nichachara chamuhu means those who wander in the night. So Nicherave is one who wanders in the night for stealing. Muggers, for example. Especially in cities like New York, you have these people in the night.
Or Chicago even.
They operate more in the night. They are in the bylanes. When some innocent fellow comes, they mug. So they are called Nicherave. Parichara aranyanam, on the move. Parichara aranyanam. Parichara aranyanam. Parichara means those who are on the move, especially in forests. Aranyanam is forests. So those kind of people also who are on the move to steal in forest, they are also represented by Lord Rudra. Nicherave parichara aranyanam pataye namo nama.
Parichara, the ya, then is ya is silent. And the parichara yaranyanam.
Actually, it should be Paricharaya Aranyana. Aranya means forest.
Yeah.
So it is together.
Paricharaya Aranyana.
Parichara Aranyana. It goes one word. Okay.
The silent Maria.
So it is also this Parichara Aranyanam is also Parichara is also refers to the thieves who are high society. Those who move in high society, they don't look as if they are thieves, but they still rob. But through sophisticated means, it also refers to them.
Like the East India.
So here, in
Like
Nicherave Paricharanana, robbers in the forest. You know Valmiki, right? What was he?
Thief.
He was a thief. And one day, Narada came. And he was about to rob Narada. Tell him, give me all your stuff, I'm going to kill you. And Narada said, why are you doing this? It is a sin. You shouldn't be doing this kind of a work. So what? Why are you advising me all that? This is my job, my profession. I rob people and kill them. I have no other profession. This is how we make my living. So you don't give me a lecture on this, but better surrender. Narada says, well, you can kill me and take me, I have no problem. But only one thing, I want you to check it. I told you it's a sin. For whom are you doing all this? He said, me and my family. I've got a wife and all that. So go and ask them whether they will accept this sin. Because if you are doing for them, they should also accept part of the sin.
Yeah.
Then you come back. If they are accepting, then you can take me. Still shared. So, but you will run away. No, I'll be here. You can tie me if you want to a tree. I'm not going away. I'm going to be here. You go and check up with them and come back. So he goes to his family and tells them, look, there is one fellow, I have caught him. But he asked me one question. He says, you're doing a sinful thing, and then ask your family whether they'll accept this also a share for the sin. So they all started nodding vigorously, nothing doing. It's your job to bring food for us, keep us happy and all that, but anything of sinful nature, we will not accept anything. No responsibility.
And he'll feel very terrible.
No responsibility. And he felt so terrible that he went back to Narada and said that, look, I'm not going to kill you now because you opened my eyes. But I don't know what to do. He said, don't do anything, just sit down here and you say Rama, 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 Rama. So he said, sat down, and that day he changed his mind. From a robber, he became a saint. Valmiki means ant hill. Ant hill. There was a hill which grew over him. And eventually he wrote the Ramayana. So it's an example of how even a robber who is in the forest can change mind and become somebody who is totally good. So, Nicherave Paricharanyanam Pataye Namo Nama.
Nicherave Paricharanyanam Pataye Namo Nama.
Okay. Sikavibhyo Jigagum Stupyo Mushnatam Pataye Namo Namo.
Shikavibhyo
Jigahum. Actually, I told you that OE kind of thing, you call it as
Jigahum.
Sikavibhyo Jigahum Stupyo Mushnatam Pataye Namo Namo.
Mushnatam Pataye Namo. Ade Jigahum.
Sukavibhyo Jigahum
Sadbyo.
Sadbyo.
Jigahum
Sadbyo. Sadbyo.
No. Actually, it's the is and da together.
Jigahum
Stupyo.
Jigahum Stupyo. Okay.
Like STH.
Shrikavibhyo Jigahum Stabhyo.
Stabhyo.
Yes. DHA.
Apro, the last one is
Mushnatam.
Mushnatam.
Sukavibhyo Jigahum Stabhyo. Jigahum Stabhyo.
Sikavibhyo Jigahum Stupyo Mushnatam Pataye Namo Namo. Together.
Sikavibhyo Jigahum Stabhyo Mushnatam Pataye Namo Namo.
Sikavibhyo. Sikavibhyo means those who are protecting themselves with weapons. They are not attacking people, but those who hold for self-defense purposes, they have weapons.
Americans.
Yes, you can say
Second
that.
amendment. Second. Right to bear arms.
But the other one, Jigahum Stubhyo, is those who hold weapons for the purpose of hurting or killing others. Offense. This one is defense. The other one is defense. Offense. So there are two kinds of people, and both are represented by Lord Rudra. Those who hold the weapons for defense, those who hold the weapons for causing hurt on others or killing others. Jigahum Stubhyo Mushnatam Pataye Namo Namo. Mushnatam is one who steals grains from the field.
I thought.
He also is a kind of a cheater who, if he is a farmer but the land belongs to somebody else and he has to measure and give the produce to the owner of the land, he will cheat by measurements, wrong measurements. Or he will say, what can I do? Some rats are common.
Weight like kid எல்லாத்தையும் வச்சு அப்புறம் weight பண்ணி இந்தியால வந்து கீழ weight 1 கிலோ இருக்கு 800 grams தான் இருக்கும்
So one question, Dad. why do they, I get the people who carry weapons for self-defense. Why do they combine these things? It feels, somebody who steals from a farm is not related to weapons in any way, right? So why are those together in the same sentence?
It is to give you a description of the variety of people who are involved in various kinds of what you call antisocial or whatever acts are there. They are also represented by Lord Rudra. He is the head of them. Now, you may think that why is it that we have so many of these criminals and people like that being represented by Rudra? It's because Hinduism that way very great. It doesn't condemn anybody. It thinks that everybody has got some divinity in them. I think I explained it in the very first one. And this is illustrated by many incidents. Adi Shankara himself, when he was walking through Kashi after taking a bath in Ganga, he was met with by a Chandala, a person of very low caste, with 4 dogs. And he was blocking the way for Adi Shankara.
Why you are in this way?
So Adi Shankara told him, move away, get away, leave the path for me. Gacheti, go away. No, he didn't go away. That man, he smiled at him and he said that you're asking me to go away. Are you asking my body or my soul? My body is made up of the same elements as your body. My Atma, my soul, is also the same as yours, it's no different. So which one you are asking me to go away? And why are you asking me to go away? Only then Adi Shankara, it dawned on him that this person was nobody else other than Lord Shiva himself. So it was the inspiration for his beautiful composition called Manisha Panchakam. Manisha Panchakam. 5 verses you've got. Very beautiful one. I want to read out. Actually, I wrote it down today. It's a beautiful one, Manisha Panchakam. Annamaya Dannamaya Atava Chaitanyameva Chaitanyat Yati Varaduri Kartum Vanchasi Kim Bruhi Gacha Gacheti. Gacha Gacheti. Says, you asked me to say, go away. Which do you wish to go away? My body? Annamaya Dannamaya. Annamaya Dannamaya. You are also eating food, I am also eating the same body. Atava, or Chaitanya Meva. Chaitanya means your soul, which is consciousness. My soul. Which one you are? Yati vera duri kartum vanchasi. You are asking me to go away. Which one do you want me to drive out? My body or my soul? This is the very first line of Manisha Panchakam. So this poem recognizes that all of us in the world are manifestations of the same Rudra. It does not differentiate people of different castes, different professions, different avenues of livelihood. That everyone has got a small bit of divinity. Like you see in the morning when you walk, you see the grass, you have those globules of water on them, dew. When the sun rises, the sun's reflection you can see in the dew just sparkling. Small bits, So the sun, if it's considered as Rudra, you find Rudra's reflection in each one of them. So likewise, in all living beings, there is a reflection of the Almighty. And that is the uniqueness of Hinduism. And that is why you have so many categories described here.
Covering everything.
Covers all. And you can't condemn anybody. That is the lesson. That movie got Fugitive, remember?
Yeah.
Who actually...
Harrison Ford.
Tommy
Ford.
Lee Jones.
Richard Kimball is a doctor, right?
Dr. Richard Kimball.
Now,
from
he didn't
Chicago.
commit a crime, but the police were just after him like a hawk.
நீதான் வந்து உன் பொண்டாட்டியை கொன்னுட்ட போய்.
So they have already decided that he's a criminal, and somehow, what's the cop's name?
Tommy Lee Jones.
And Tommy Lee Jones, he acts as a cop, and he's bent upon catching him and putting him in jail. And every time he escapes, and finally he proves that he's innocent. So likewise, we tend to kind of condemn people on the basis of certain assumptions, and then the name stays branded. And you can't really brand them. That is the lesson that we are going to learn here, that it is considered as equal. Okay, shall we go to the next slide? Asibadbyo nakcharantabhyah prakrantanam pataye namo namah.
Asibadbyo naktam charabhya.
Just be together. Asibadbyo nakcharantabhyah. Asibadbyo nakcharantabhyah. Naktam charabhyah.
Asibadbyo naktam charabhyah.
Prakrantanam pataye namo namah.
Asimadyo naktam charabhya.
Prakrantanam pataye
Asimadyo naktam charabhyam prakrantanam pataye namo namah.
Charabhya prakrantanam.
Charabhya, you can do that.
Isn't that prakrantana?
Prakrantanam
pataye
Asimadbyo nakcharantabhyah prakrantanam pataye namo namah.
Asimadbyo nakcharantabhyah prakrantanam pataye namo namah.
Prakrantanam.
Nakcharabhya.
I'll tell you.
Asimadbyo naktaram.
I'll tell you again. Listen to it now. Asimadbyo nakcharantabhyah.
Nakcharantabhyah.
Asimadbyo nakcharantabhyah. Prakrantanam pataye namo namah.
Asimadbyo naktaram chadhyah.
Asimadbyo naktaram chabhyah.
Ibhyo has to come really from inside. It's a kind of hard guttural word.
Asimadbyo
nakcharantabhyah pataye namo namah.
nakcharam dabhyah. அதுதான் வந்து
Naktam charabhyah.
nakcharam dabhyah. naktaram
Naktam charabhyah.
And the dot, the
nakcharam dabhyah.
Naktaram.
And the is nakcharam.
Nakcharam dabhyah.
Nakcharam.
Naktam charabhyah. Naktam charabhyah. Naktam charabhyah.
Asimadbyo naktam charabhyah prakrantanam pataye namo namah.
naktam charabhyah.
Charadabhyah.
Charadabhyah.
Asimadbyo naktam.
Asimadbyo naktam charabhyah.
Charabhyah.
Asimadbyo naktam charabhyah.
It is like D and B together.
Asimadbyo naktaram charabhyah.
Charabhyah.
Naktaram charabhyah.
Charadabhyah.
Naktaram charabhyah.
naktam charad.
Asimadbyo nakcharantabhyah.
Naktaram chabhyah.
Chabhyah alla, charatabhyah.
Naktaram
Asimadbyo nakcharam dabhyah prakrantanam pataye namo namah.
nakcharam
Asimadbyo naktam charabhyah.
nakcharam dabhyah. Naktaram jabhyah. Naktaram jabhyah.
Naktam charabhyah.
naktam charad.
No, but when he says it fast, he doesn't say it that way.
Naktam charabhyah.
But can you say it fast?
Naktam charabhyah.
No, when you can you say the sentence?
Asimadbyo naktam charabhyah.
Asimadbyo
Asimadbyo naktam charabhyah.
Asimadbyo naktam charabhyah.
Asimadbyo naktaram chabhyah. Naktam charabhyah.
Look here.
charabhyah.
He's put this in this.
Asimadbyo naktam
He's
charabhyah.
put in the itta. So asimadbyo naktam charabhyah.
Asimadbyo naktam charabhyah. Prakrantanam pataye namo namah.
Asimadbyo naktam charabhyah.
Asimadbyo naktam charabhyah. Prakrantanam pataye namo namah.
You recite it 2 or 3 times, you'll get it.
Yeah.
It's a little tongue twister. I know that.
Asimadbyo
But you have once you start getting it.
Naktam charabhyah. Prakrantanam pataye namo namah.
Asimadbyo naktam charabhyah.
charabhyah. naktam charabhyah. prakrantanam pataye namo namah. Asimadbyo naktam charabhyah. prakrantanam pataye namo namah.
Once you do that, you know, you automatically follow that. Asimadbyo nakcharantabhyah prakrantanam pataye namo namah. Asimadbyo na those who carry swords. Asibadhyo Mrdu. Naktham Charadhyahana. Naktham actually refers to night time. Those who move in the night, nocturnal people. Prakrintana, they rob others and kill them. By killing them, they rob. So, those kind of people, this all Sarvam Rudra Rupam. Is only an actor, kind of acting in the form of different type of people. Next line. Ushnishine Giricharaya Kulunchana Pataye Namo Nama.
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 Ushnishine is one who wears a turban like Sardaji. In Maharashtra also, in Andhra Pradesh also, farmers wear a big turban.
Yeah.
Right? Ushnishine is somebody who wears a turban. Giri Charaya. Giri means mountain. Charaya means one who moves in those mountains. People who are living in the mountain, who move about in the mountains. Mountain
dwellers.
Yeah. Mountain dwellers. Kulunchana. Kulunchana means one who encroaches on others' lands and grabs them. It's kind of thief, but specifically focused on land and properties.
Real
You have
estate
many of
shop.
them. Real estate. Now you many Kulinchanamas there in India.
Yeah.
They will.
Filled with
Koslasa.
Koslaka.
You are right. He is a Kulinchana who appropriates others' properties through bullying them or through any other means. Those are Kulinchana, Pataye Namo Namo, Bhumi Thirudargal,
Right.
property Thirudargal. You know, Rudram is unique, you know. Vedam takes a completely different view compared to ordinary beings. See, they are considering that Almighty is there in everyone. Everyone, whether he is bad or good, tall or short, whether he is a Brahmin or a Kshatriya or a Sudra, whatever.
There is a football
Everybody,
player, baseball player.
there is something good in them. That's where the positiveness comes from Vedam. Rudra is in different rupams. And you can say a thief is also accepted by Lord. You know, this viewpoint you will find among children. You see Abba Kuti. He will not distinguish it from one person to another. Even if there is a thief coming in, he will say uncle. So he doesn't know the background, nor he is influenced by that. That's why Kodandegam Devam Ondrun Sulva. There are only two people who are sinless. The children who do not know any sin because they have not taught that way. The other one is a mad guy. Because he doesn't know what he is doing. पागल आदमी है, उसको नहीं जानता है क्या कर रहा है. Same with kids also. Up to a certain age, once they come into the real world, you know, then it will be different. But they are to compare to the divine things. So the little fellow may not really know whether somebody is a criminal or is a thief or anybody. Likewise, a pagal admi also becomes friends. So in this one, you have such an open mind that nobody is condemned. And Rudra believes that there is some good in everybody. So that is why different kinds of descriptions are given. Even you see Mahans, you see some of the greatest Mahans, they will not consider anybody as bad. Adi Shankara, there was a person called Kabaligan. Kabaligan was a person who will kill people and offer their head to Kali. And someone told Kabaligan, if you get sannyasi's head, it is even better.
Even better.
So he went to Adi Shankara and asked him, I want your head. to be offered as Naivedyam to God. Adi Shankara didn't get alarmed or anything. He said, okay, you can take it, but don't do it when so many people are here because they will kill you. I will be in meditation in the evening in my tent. Nobody will be there at that time. You can come and take it. So Kavalikan came with a big sword in his hand. When he was about to attack Adi Shankara's Prathama Sishya, he got a tremendous force in his body, and he just caught hold of the man, disarmed him, and then threw him out. Adi Shankara was in meditation. Suddenly said, what happened? He said, one man came to kill you. And what have you done with him? He said, I don't know. Suddenly I got a tremendous kind of force in me, and I disarmed him, and then in fact I tore him and threw him out. He was called as Vyagrapata. That Sishya got the name Vyagrapata because he had claws like a lion. So Adi Shankara was saved that way. So Mahans, even if they have some bad intention, they come to them, they look at them very, very considerately, and they do not condemn them or throw them out. That is the quality of great Mahans. Not everybody has got that, but then it is something which we have to see as a quality given by God Himself. Okay. Ishubhabhyo danvavipischano namo nama. Ishubhabhyo danvavipischano namo nama. Ishubhabhyo danvavipischano
Ishimabhyo danvavipischano namo.
Ishubhabhyo danvavipischano.
Ishimabhyo danvavipischano namo.
Ishubhabhyo is those who are holding bows and arrows. Ishu is arrows, and Danva is the bow. Those who are holding arrows and bows. O namo nama atanvanebhyaha
pratida
dhanebhyascha O namo nama atanvanebhyaha pratida dhanebhyascha namo nama atanvanebhya pratidhanebhyascha Okay?
The word only is it pratidadhanebhyascha or pratidadhanebhyascha?
Actually, pratidadhanebhyascha. Dadhane actually, this dhane is again the bow only. Pratida is which is ready with setting the arrows. Those who are setting the arrows. The people who are setting the arrows, they are called as pratidadhanebhyascha. Pratida is one word, dhanebhyascha is another word.
So
but when you find it easier to say dadhane, you say pratidadhanebhyascha. Atanvanebhyaha pratidadhanebhyascha So atanvanebhyaha refers to those who are tying the strings for the bows. And pratidadhanebhyascha is those who are setting the arrows on them. To those who are trying it and then getting ready to shoot it.
What is O Namo Nama?
You are all these lines. One, Lord of, you can put Lord of as the first word.
Adu pataye irukadla.
You actually, no. Lord of is a pataye, right? Namo Nama is offering namaskarams to that person.
Lord.
Okay.
Right, but O Namo Nama?
That person. O means that person.
That person.
Samskritatla adella
O naka. O na and aalu artham.
Okay.
Just
confirming.
One who is the Lord. One who is the Lord of those who are setting the arrows, those who are trying the strings.
Sure.
In each one of these you find same things apply. One who is the lord of
Right.
that particular activity.
But
I mean,
last
what
two
threw it off
lines-
is because everywhere else you have the pataye.
Hmm.
In the last two lines, it's missing the pataye. That's why it threw it off. That's all it was.
No, you will find it coming up. You can be in 2 or 3 lines also.
Okay.
So wo that no
Yeah. That I know.
then
In the Rama Shabdam, Rama Shabdam, alla padichana, you will get the idea. how that
Some where it is a lot of those group of people, and some he is himself that
He's
person.
himself that. That is the difference.
That is the difference.
He's himself that.
last two lines is not
Last
a
two
lot
lines
of.
is not Lord
No,
of.
No.
It's not. Wo Namo means that person
I know.
itself.
That person
No.
himself, yeah.
But
So,
the first two
I
lines
know.
were
this
lot of.
particular
That's
case,
why
Shivabhyo,
finally
Dhanbhavischa, Monama is not lord of that, but he is that person
That
himself.
person
Right.
itself, yeah. That.
Next one. Ayachabhyo,
Ayachabhyo.
Vistrijadabhyascha,
Vishrujadabhyascha.
Ayachabhyo,
Ayachabhyo.
Vistrijadabhyascha.
Jadabhyascha.
You can put Vistrija,
Visrujadabhyascha.
Vistrijadabhyascha. It's easier for you, Vistrijadabhyascha. Actually, when you are going to chant it a little faster, you may find it a little difficult.
Ayastabhyo.
Because the
Vishrujadabhyascha.
pronunciation
Namo
may
Namo.
kind of falter
Yeah.
because of the speed at which you are doing. But once you get used to it, then you'll automatically.
Faster.
So, Ayachabhyo,
Ayastabhyo.
Vistrijadabhyascha,
Vishrujadabhyascha. Namo Namo.
Namo Namo.
Ayastabhyo. Vishrujadabhyascha. Namo Namo.
Ayachabhyo is one who is pulling the strings of the bow. He is actually pulling it. Vidyadabhyascha,
Vishrujadabhyascha. Namo.
Vistrijadabhyascha
Vishrujadabhyascha.
is one. Those who are releasing the arrows.
So like at every point,
Right.
loading,
Every point,
releasing,
every
point.
pulling.
First trying it,
Tying
then
it,
getting the
loading
arrow
it,
ready,
arrow,
and then getting ready.
Loading it,
Now you will find one more line coming where he is shooting at a particular arrow to the target. Okay,
Okay.
that's going to be the next one actually. So Ayachabhyo,
Ayastabhyo. Vishrujadabhyascha. Namo Namo.
Ayastabhyo Vishrujadabhyascha.
Namo.
Asyadabhyo,
Asyadabhyo.
Vidyadabhyascha,
Vidyadabhyascha.
Namo
Namo.
Asyadabhya,
Asyadabhyo. Vidyadabhyascha.
Namo Namo.
Asyadabhyo, Vidyadabhyascha, Namo.
Asyadabhyo.
Namo Namo.
Vidyadabhyascha.
Who shoot the arrow straight to the target, to the bullseye. Asyadabhyo.
Vidyadabhyascha.
So those who are shooting right to the target, to the bullseye as they call it.
Basically.
That Dabhyascha is one who pierces the bullseye.
Okay.
He shoots it so fast, it pierces it completely. Okay, very skilled marksman. Asinebhyaha,
Asinebhyaha.
Shayanebhyascha Bodha.
Shayanebhyascha. Namo Namo.
Asinebhyaha, actually asanam is a seat.
Seat.
Asinebhyaha is one who is sitting, those who are seated. Shayanebhyascha,
Lying
Shayanam
down.
is those who are sleeping. This is very easy. Swapadabhyo,
Swapadabhyo.
Jagradabhyascha.
Jagradabhyascha.
Swapadabhyo is one who is sleeping.
Jagradabhyascha.
Dreaming.
Dreaming.
Swapnamgadalina. Swapadabhyo. Jagradabhyascha, those who are awake.
Right.
Jagrada is one of the Jagradabhyascha Bodha. Tishtadabhyo.
Tishtadabhyo.
Tishtadabhyo. Tishtati means standing. Tishtadabhyo. Those who are standing.
Tishtadabhyo.
Davadabhyascha.
Davadabhyascha.
Bodha.
Bodha.
Davadabhyascha. Those who are running.
Right.
Davad. Sababhyaha.
Sababhyaha.
Sabapatibhyascha Bodha.
Sabapatibhyascha. Namo Namo.
Sababhyaha means Sabha means assembly.
Assembly.
Those who are in assembly. Sabhapatischa is the
Head of
leader
the
of assembly.
assembly.
Leader
Right.
of assembly. like Chidambaram, Lord Nataraja is called Sabhapati.
Right.
Because it's a Sabha in which he is the chief. So he is also called, some people have the name of Sabhapati. Sabhapati refers to Lord Nataraja. So Sabhapyaha Sabhapati Pischona Bonama Ashvebhyo Ashvapatibhyascha Bonamaha.
Ashvebhyo Ashvapatibhyascha.
Horse.
Ashvebhyo means horses. Those are the form of horses. And
Ashvapatibhyascha
Ashvapatibhyascha refers to those who are riding those horses.
horse riders.
Horse riders.
Arlington Park में ना
Ashvapatibhyascha Bonamaha. So with that we really end Anuvakam 3. Now you want to quickly go through this recitation?
Yeah,
Sure.
that's better. The slide.
Slide.
Oh.
Shall I put it in the first slide?
Okay. Shit. This will be hard.
Okay.
Vanchate
No,
parivanchate.
Oh,
starting.
wrong one.
We're starting with
नमो नमः सुखाभिभ्यो जिगाहुं स्तभ्यो मुष्णतापतये नमो नमो अस्मिभ्यो
नमो
पतये नमो नमो अस्मिभ्यो चरभ्यः प्रकृतानां पतये नमो नमः उष्णीषिणे गिरिचराय कुलुचानां पतये नमो नमः ईशुमद्भ्यो धन्वाभ्यश्च नमो नमः आतन्वानेभ्यः प्रतिदानेभ्यश्च नमो नमः आयच्छद्भ्यो विसृज्यभ्यश्च नमो नमो अस्यद्भ्यो विश्वद्भ्यश्च नमो नमः
It's not Vishwadabhya, it's
विद्यद्भ्यश्च नमो नमः आसीनेभ्यः शयानेभ्यश्च नमो नमः स्वपद्भ्यो जाग्रदभ्यश्च नमो नमः
Swapadabhyo, sleeping, Swapadabhyo, Jagradabhyascha, awake.
स्वपद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च नमो नमः
सृष्टद्भ्यो दावद्भ्यश्च नमो नमः
Sabhabhya,
सभाभ्यश्च नमो नमः
अश्वेभ्यो अश्वपतिभ्यश्च नमो नमः
Ashvebhyo Ashvapatibhyascha Namaha.
But that is good for continuous
No, it is
recitation.
good for that, but namo namo the way it is split out here is easy.
இது வந்து easy line இருக்கு. Continuous reading that is better.
It is not difficult for you if you start practicing it.
No, understood.
Vandrum.
Yeah.
So next time exercise recite Anuvakam 3 at one stretch. One stretch. And we will move on to Anuvakam 4.
Right.
Namah Parvati Pataye Har Har Mahadeva.
Swapadabhyo
When you learn